Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to FortressCraft Evolved. I'm AxionEvolved, and today we got a couple things we got to take care of. You know, as we sit here watching the Mark II quarry just kind of chewing through the earth here. But before I get further into this, do me a quick favor. Scroll down just a little bit. Check that subscribe button. If it's red, do me a favor. Make it gray. Help me reach that goal of 1K subs by the end of the year, and the world will be a better place. So with that out of the way, let's hop right into this. So last time we got this thing all set up, the power is looking pretty good. The output's looking okay. One of the things I want to do though, looks like we got like quite a bit of coal in here. And I mean, I'm not kind of super worried about coal, honestly. It's a small vein, it looks like. It's not even really hidden. I mean, it's just that stuff right there. So coal, not a big deal. It's macerating, but it's not outputting anything. I kind of don't care about that. But then we also made this guy right here. Now this guy is something that I think we need to kind of figure out the output. I think what I'm going to do is have it kind of go underground somewhere over here. If we look under here though, there's, you know, we got to kind of watch out for this stuff right here. But I think we kind of go underground, maybe over here, we'll be okay. And then I'm just going to run the belts along the ceiling and hook them up to some hoppers that I have right here. So they'll just come up and they'll just kind of connect into the hoppers. You know, if I can hit that hole, I can't. There it is. So we'll just hit the bottom side of these hoppers to kind of merge those lines. But that's not all I did. I've been doing a little experimenting, and you might notice it coming off of this guy right here. And what I did is I just replaced this line, the belts, with a matter mover. Now this is just one matter mover, and I kind of wanted to see like what power draw do we really need to run one matter mover. And you can see I'm using organic lenses, 640, but to feed this I'm using exceptional lenses, right? So 1120 PPS. That's kind of crazy to run one matter mover. I'm gonna be honest. You can see. I guess I can't really show you. If you look at the bottom left there, this thing's used over 1 million power to do 16,000 items. So for a mass matter mover setup, we're going to need a ton of turbines or whatever, right? So that's going on there. Let me go show you where that's ending up. And that's all feeding into this guy. I kind of plussed it up a little bit. It seems like I might even be able to make this taller. But you can see this is where like the majority of some of this tier 2 supplemental ore that we're getting, especially the nickel. We ran out of nickel and we need nickel pretty badly. So this is kind of our only supplement. I'm even considering, you know, just like looking for other deposits. Like I think it's like coal and stuff, but there's copper, there's other tin, just kind of grabbing all of it and just macerating it all to supplement our tier 2 income, because it's just not flowing well. We're doing okay over here. Obviously, like these two guys are gonna be flowing probably until we're done with this game. But nickel, we're just kind of having an issue with, so we might have to figure that out long term. But we're not gonna do that this episode. I'm telling you that right now. But there is some other stuff we got to figure out too, and that's back here at our resin farm. And you can see these guys, they've pretty much grabbed everything they can get, and you can see there's a ton of resin still up there. So what we need to do is kind of get this a little bit more fleshed out. You can see I got some batteries going. I need to fill up a battery there to kind of start hitting some of this stuff. And then I may have to put some stuff on this battery to kind of clear out some of these tendrils, so I can put, you know, the 4th battery on that wall too. But that's also leading me to another issue, which is we need to put some turbines here, right? So we got to hook these up to the same turbine network that we have here. And then, yeah, the only problem is if I go and I want to make some turbines, let's take a little look here. So I got enough intakes, but I don't have enough generator housings. I'll need 72 of these, and I can't make more because I have no plastic pellets. Luckily, that's something I think we can take care of right now. But before I start that, I'm going to use some of these Mark II solar panels. In fact, can I even, you know what? I'm just going to do that right there. So we're going to use these organic solar, the Mark II organic solar panels. And we're going to put another series of refineries over here because we definitely need to start making plastic pellets. That's what we're actually short on. So I think I've made a hotbar. Just kidding. I have not made a hotbar, but I've got that. I've got this. And we're just going to use a single refinery for now. And I think it might be worth it to kind of build it, you know, just like in a random spot over here, kind of out of the way. So I'm going to flatten out a small area over here real quick. And we're just going to go ahead. And what I'm thinking is I'm actually going to put a priority splitter down right here. All right. So now what we need to do is we need an input, remove only, and an output, add only. And we've got to set this recipe to plastic pellet from not biomass. Wait, I thought I could do plastic pellets from... Well, it seems like I was mistaken. And we're actually going to need biomass for that. And I don't think I have any biomass. So it looks like I'm going to have to go figure out somewhere that this stuff is and figure out a way to tap that. But I'm probably not going to do that right now. So we'll put this project on hold. I guess I can just get rid of that. This doesn't matter. We'll just reconnect that back up. And that will all do its thing. But we can at least get some of this stuff going in here. All right, so we got that. Now, one thing I'm going to need to do is I want to set up these guys. All right, so we got the first round of laser energy transmitters up there. Let me just make sure all the glass is in place. And then we'll need to put on the rest. Is there something I can like hop on here to kind of get a better view? That's fine. It's fine, I guess. We'll just do this. All right, so then we just need to put all the glass on there. And then that will be good to go. So now that's going to get powered up. Now we just need to get up there and kind of figure out. And you can see I've blocked off the agitator because it was working too well. I don't know how else, it was working too well. So now I need to kind of put up these guys. And I need to kind of game plan how all of this resin is gonna kind of go. And I think what I can do is just tie into this same network right here, right? So actually that's gonna be pretty easy, I think. And I'm just gonna kind of get this set up ahead of time. Right, so that's like that. I'll just come over here. I'll just kind of have that go where it needs to go. And then I'll go here. And I think I can just, oh God. That is literally just the opposite of what I wanted to happen. And then we just do that. And like that. All right, so that's good there. Now we'll just need to kind of put all the other stuff onto our hotbar, right? So we want ablators, liquefiers, pipes, hoppers. I'll get the hoppers after. All right, so ablators. Kind of hard to hit these. So ablators, we're gonna do. How did I do this? Liquefiers on the inside, ablators on the outside. Okay, right? Yeah. All right. All right. 1, 2, 3 ablators. 1, 2, 3 liquefiers. And then I should be able to hit the other side with 1, 2, 3. It's just a matter of, can I get to the right angle? All right, so then I'm going to drop down for a second. All right, so now that should be okay. So now I'll just need to aim this. Right, and aim that. All right, and that should be it for that. Now that'll start working on that. One thing we need to do is we need to verify that the turbine is doing what it needs to do over there, right? So let's go take a look at that real quick. Yep, and it looks like it's running. They're both running now. Okay, nothing in there. And it does have a few. Okay, so it's at least transmitting its empties and all that. So that's nice. I think I need to put a little bit more into here, you know? Give it some more empties. Because it's got none pending. Oh yeah, and I just saw, see, there you go. That's at least one empty from the other side. What are you at? I'm going to put 10 more in there. So now the next thing is to throw the one turbine we do have onto here. And, oh, I need to think here, right? Because actually, which way do I want the, I think I want the exhaust going that way, actually, now that I'm thinking about it. So I think I'm going to do this. We're going to put it right there. And build it right there. Right? And then we're going to have an input. Remove only. And add only. And then let's just put that where we know it needs to go. And then we'll just need to, again, hit a... Ooh, let's see here. Let's see. I guess I'll just do that, right? And we'll just need to hit that. And then we'll also, in fact, I'm going to try this. I'm going to try this, right? Okay. This is not how I set the other ones up, but I want to be able to do this, right? So what I want to do is I want to put a single hopper right there. And then I want to hit that hopper from right here with an add only. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to plop a laser down in between these two, right? So let's see if I can aim that right. Okay. So then if I do that, and then I put that, I can't tell which way that's facing. That should be facing the right way. And then that should, so they should both be getting, right? What do you got? Holding a high energy composite fuel. That's got power. So it might just take a second. You know, they take a little bit to find each other. But that should work. Oh, there we go. Okay, so that's going. Now we just need to see that hit. We just need to see it come back. All right. So of course we didn't do the permissions right. So let's see. It should be going any minute now. That's all we're waiting on. There we go. There we go. And then that should be able to hit that hopper right there. So it's holding the empty fuel canister. There we go. That's out. Did it transmit? Oh, 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 there it is. There it is. Okay, so we're good now. That other battery should be getting all fueled up. Now, the only issue, like I said, is we don't have enough plastic pellets to make another, I don't know those, but look at already. Look at how much we've cleared out already just from adding on that new little bit. And I'm hoping, I'm going to have to like trace the line and figure out where exactly this other battery goes. But that should be okay. And then the only other thing I'm thinking about is how am I going to power this here battery? Because this is right in the doorway. I guess I could make it lower. I can make our entrance lower. So we come up into, but then that would mean putting a turbine right here at the front. And I don't know how much I like that. Decisions. I could maybe siphon power off of these batteries. Perhaps to feed that. I could have batteries in the ceiling or in the roof that hit that. I don't know. we'll kind of see, but we're gonna obviously need to get something over here just to kind of free up this space and collect all that resin. So it's definitely in the cards. I just don't know how yet. So for now, we'll let that kind of run. I wanted to finish that off, and I'm kind of disappointed I didn't check to see if I had more pellets beforehand. But what can you do, right? So let's go back over to the giant. Oh, you know what? Actually, you guys notice a problem right here with this belt? You notice that these aren't doing anything? It's because we've actually like ran out of coal. We're like not making it fast enough. You know, our coffers are running dry. So what I think I'm going to have to do is I think I'm going to have to put another priority splitter. I've already pulled off of one line. I'm just going to have to pull off of 2 lines. Throw some logistics grommets down. Now, again, these are like prime targets for better forms of power, because you know they're only getting, I don't know, what is this? 128 times 3 was at 300, 684 maybe? No, 300 and like 400. They're not even getting 500 power per second. And right now they're getting nothing, right? So we're going to have to figure out in the not too distant future how we can get more of these, because right now we don't have anything flowing over here. And that's kind of an issue. But we can't really plus up our power without more turbines. So right now this is one of the only sources of income we got, or I guess ore. So that's going to have to sustain us for now, but we also need to go get this guy over here hooked up and outputting. Okay, so what I've done is I just kind of dug these holes right here, and I don't see any conflicts. I mean, we should be able to just kind of do what we need to do, right? So the general concept, or the thoughts here are that I'm going to do something like this, right? I guess let me do, okay, so something like that, but then I'm going to need to transition down to those. And that's the part I'm a little unsure about. Now, do I want to do like, and these holes are only 4 wide because I only have 4 outputs. And so I figured I'll just do the 4 left, right? So the right line will always just not get any, which is, it just is what it is. So if I do something like that, I just don't know. I need to do a test. Let me throw, can you get anything? Okay, so that can pull, but can, oh man, how do I do this? If I do that, how does that work? And then I put that back. I don't think that works again, right? Or do I need to get rid of that and maybe do this? Because if that works, it'd be kind of neat. Does that work? Oh man, that does work. All right, well, I think that just solved it. Maybe. I'm going to put a hopper at the end here just to kind of clear that line out. All right, so I think that's just what I'll do. I'll have to open up these lines a little bit more. Maybe build some scaffolding, you know, so this stuff has somewhere to go. But then from there, I would just, oh, that looks so interesting. It's going to look interesting from the top too. But then eventually I'll just, you know, run that way over here. And I guess, you know, we do, I guess I have to come down one more with this, huh? Kind of like that. Oh, whoops. We're not going to that one. I guess something like that, huh? And that should feed it. So I think that's going to be what we end up doing. because I don't know what else to do. And luckily it's pretty easy to build this stuff from under. All right, we just kind of do that number. I mean, these deposits aren't making it easy, but it is what it is, right? Maybe I'll just mine them and turn them into something else. But yeah, that's kind of the plan here. So I'm gonna get that done real quick. Well, quick for you guys, and then I'll bring you back once it's all done so you can kind of see the results. All right, so we got this stuff plumbed up from here all the way to those hoppers down there, but now we still got to distribute all this, right? So luckily it should be laid out in the right order, and so I think I'm going to do something very similar to what we did before, only, well, actually, let me think here. Yeah, okay. So we're going to do this. Yep, I think this is the best way to do it. We're going to just that number. And then what we're going to do is we're going to kind of hit these, right? Like, well, let me put these down, right? So we'll put those down, bring these over, and I'm only going to bring them out so far. And then what we're going to do is we're going to go like this. And then the next one's going to be up higher. So let me pull out my little scaffolding, right? Like this, like this, like that. And we'll just do like a little mini recreation of what we did before, where we go from vertical to horizontal. And then we'll do the step downs like this, right? Just like that. And then I'll need to put these belts on. And you can see I've used over almost 1,500 belts just on this part, just running those right there. So this is a very belt intensive process, right? And then we just do that. Boom. And then that's, you know, kind of in keeping with our theme over there. That's how we're going to distribute all of this other stuff. Now, I'm also considering, instead of doing this processing way over there, we have macerators right here. I might just hijack this setup and just have all this stuff come over here and have it be faster. And there's also a couple other ores and stuff down here, like a couple other deposits that we can maybe tap into. Like, what do we got there? That's coal, but we got, I think this is all the same tin, but I think there's copper, you know, copper right there. Just some other stuff that we can kind of tap and kind of expand all of our stuff. So that's the plan for this. I'm going to have to, man, this is actually a little bit more difficult than I thought, right? Because I'm going to have to like space things out more than I did on the other one. The other one was kind of easy because, you know, I could just put it there. Well, actually, I mean, I guess I still can. And then, you know, we'll just figure like the last one's going to be here. So the first one's going to be there. And then we can kind of do this number one. I mean, it was kind of cool. 1, 2, 3. Like this number. Right. So we can kind of like plan it out this way. The gold's going to be a little bit more, well, actually, I mean, maybe not. The gold we're actually going to have to kind of go over a little bit. So, this is interesting. This is all stuff I didn't think about. So the gold, I think we still have to bring it out here, but we're going to kind of come this way because that one, well, I guess it depends, right? Which way do we want to come out of the bottom? I guess in keeping with the theme, that should come out of the bottom. But I think I need to be out far enough to, oh man, I think I need to start I think I need to start from this way, because these ones are fanning out to the right, you know, which means I'm gonna have another one right there, and then we're gonna do this guy right here. Right, so let me get this all kind of laid out, and then once I finish it off and I have all the belts and stuff, I'll bring you guys back so you can see the final design. But I think this is gonna be pretty damn cool. All right, so I ran out of belts, and I don't want to sit around for long enough to make it. But this is the general idea of how everything's gonna lay out. I've managed to connect a couple of lines, like this tin line, but you can see they're all gonna kind of lay out just like the other ones, and then they'll just be straight shots to here. I had to get a little creative with how they're routing, just because of like how far out everything needed to go to fit, and it's all interesting. And also how on two of these we have a right hand turn, on everything else we have a left hand turn, but that's just the way it kind of all lined up. And I think it'll look pretty cool when it's done. You guys will obviously, I'm probably gonna use this as the thumbnail, so if you're watching this video, then you've probably already seen the thumbnail, and that's where this is. But I think that's going to have to be it for this episode. But I did want to show and introduce you guys to one new thing, and that's right over here. So I realized I need to figure out and keep track of all the stuff I got going on. So I decided to make a little to-do board over here, and I've kind of got it split into two categories. One is going to be kind of future, or I'm sorry, present stuff, and this is going to be kind of frozen factory to-dos. And you can see kind of like all the stuff I got here, like plastic pellet refineries, figure out the quarry power, modify the tier 1 to tier 2 ore. That means the macerator outputs that we're doing, you know, biomass, resin farm power, turbines, batteries, all that kind of stuff. So this is kind of what I want to do for keeping track of things. And as we kind of figure out new to-dos, I'll put it on here. And then when I'm done, what I'll do is I'll just kind of pick a green color, and we'll just just like that. Let me let me do that, right? So once we got it done, we'll have it all green, and we can kind of see like where we're doing. There's no it's not like in priority order or anything. It's just as I thought about it, I threw it up here. So let me know what you guys think. Let me know what you guys think about this guy. I think it's gonna look really cool when it's all up and running, and hopefully we get to like stop using belts soon, because they just kind of they just take forever to make. I thought I had more than I'll ever need, and then I slapped down like 10,000 belts just in this area. So I don't know. We'll see how it all goes. So anyways, guys, thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed this. Yeah, let me know what you guys think about all these designs, and you know, about the series in general down in the comments. And with that, thank you so much, and we'll see you in the next one.